But on December 30th this past year, we lost our dear, beloved friend and colleague, Rosemary. I just want to first point out in the speakers gallery today that we are joined with Rosemary's brother, Steve, and his wife, Marilyn. Thank you for joining us. And also in the gallery are Rosemary's former legislative aide, Barb Haig, and her husband, Chaz. Also joining them in the gallery were her two longtime trusted House staffers, Mark Decker and Josh Wessel. Thank you all for coming down here and being part of this moment, this celebration of life of Rosemary Mulligan. I've had the pleasure of serving with Rosemary in this body for a number of years. She was a member for 20 years, it was stated. She was certainly her own person, and I can say that with an exclamation point. While not very tall in stature, Rosemary was and could be very intimidating. She was never afraid to speak her mind. And I think that all of us recall probably at one point that she referred to a particular sitting governor as a blithering idiot on the House floor. I think all of us remember that moment, but that's the type of passion that Rosemary brought to her job. She wasn't afraid to challenge anyone on any issue. Despite her toughness, Rosemary was extremely compassionate and wanted to help others. Party affiliation did not mean anything to her with respect to that type of dedication. She was fiercely protective of women and children, women's rights. She cared deeply about the developmentally disabled and the mentally ill and those who struggle with compulsive gambling addiction. Rosemary lost her first election by 5 votes. And let me just tell you, if you're going to lose an election, lose big. Thank you, Senator Durbin. I learned that in 2002. But Rosemary, after losing by 5 votes, ran again the next time, and she was successful. And she had a spectacular career here over those 20 years. Rosemary's father, a lot of us had known this, she would talk about it, lost her father in 1967. He was a murder victim. And as one might expect, that had produced a very profound impact upon her and how she shaped her position on many issues. She advocated for many, many issues, but one which was deeply, deeply, deeply personal to her was the issue of crime victims, and she was truly their champion while she was here. Not only was Rosemary smart, but she did her homework. She studied every bill, like most of us do, and members of the House and Senate, and knew the issues inside and out. Members from both sides of the aisle would seek out Rosemary because she was such a wealth of information. Rosemary was chosen to be our chief budget negotiator on human services because she was one of the few who truly understood this portion of the budget. She loved participating in the appropriations process. She thrived on it. And trust me, folks, that takes a special person. But I tell you what, we could certainly use her this spring because we're going to have some tough negotiations on budget. And I know that Rosemary is up there looking down at us, throwing her pen on the table, saying, gosh, Lord, if you would have given me just a little bit more time. But I know she'd love to be here. We'd love to have her. She was a good friend, a great legislator. I miss her. And Rosemary, you did make a difference. So Steve, thank you for your family for sharing Rosemary with us for so many years. Our deepest condolences to you and to her sons, Dan, Matt, and her granddaughter, Sophia and Isabel. Thank you.